Tribe. It is your girl Naja, and I am back with another video. Yes, I took the nails off because, like I said in my tutorial about the nails, that glue I used was shit, so I have to go out and buy better glue. So yeah. Alright guys, so as you know, as you can see by the title, this is going to be a story time. And yeah, this is going to be kind of a juicy story time. I kind of forgot about this whole situation, but then I remembered because the guy that this is involving with, I found him on Instagram and I was like, oh shit, I forgot all about this. Before I even get started, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. We do a lot of story times here. Join the Voodoo Tribe. We are nice. Thumbs up, please. It helps me a lot. Thumbs up. And yeah, another side note, if any point in this video I pop out and then come back in a completely different spot, it's because my camera died, because for some odd fucking reason I could never keep my camera charged. So, alright guys, so I'm going to start from the very fucking beginning of this whole situation so that everything makes sense. So this might be a lengthy video. If you're already one of my Voodoo Tribe members, you do not mind the lengthy story times, but for my new peeps, this is about to be kind of lengthy. This was my junior year, I want to believe. The same guy that gauged my ears, it was like it was my junior year. And one of my friends had told me, they were like, hey
Naja, there's this guy, he's really weird, and he's into the same things you're into, and I think you guys should talk, you know, like talk, get to know each other, see if it's a match.
Because at this time I had been single for about a year. I have a pattern of when I get out of a relationship, I take like a year to myself, or a year of being a fuck girl, if you know what that means. Not meaning like a hoe, like literally a fuck girl, but like think of the definition of a fuck boy, like a player, like, you know, talks to multiple people at one time. Like I was a fuck girl. So that's usually my pattern throughout life. I'm realizing like I get in a long-term ass relationship, break up, be a fuck girl for like a year, and then get into another legit ass relationship. So I was at that point of my little fuck girl period, and to be honest, I like the guy. We're gonna call him, oh my god, and it's so ironic because he's a Cancer also. If you guys have even seen my side dude horror story, I'll put it up here somewhere, and that was my experience with a Cancer. This guy was a Cancer also. So yeah, I don't know why I keep doing that to myself. But yeah, so we are going to call him Sammy. Okay, we're calling him Sammy. The camera died like way sooner than I expected it to, so awesome. Oh my god, I don't even remember where I was. Yeah, basically I met this guy when I was in high school, and he was introduced to me by a friend or whatever. And I wouldn't even call him my boyfriend. I would just say that we dated. Like we hung out for a good 2 weeks, and yeah, that's how fast it took for things to fuck up. So we hung out for around 2 weeks. And at this point in time, I was hanging out with Pisces and Squeak and everybody. If you don't know who those people are, you should go ahead and look at my Storytime playlist so you can get kind of caught up with all the reoccurring characters in my crazy period of my life. Oh, and another thing I really want to make clear, this story happened 6 years ago. This is not the same Naja that, like, what I'm about to tell y'all is not the Naja that I am today, okay? Like, this happened 6 years ago. Sorry, I just had to make that evident because people are always like, oh
my god, you be living so crazy, blah, blah, blah.
I lived really crazy, but that's not me today. I just had to make that really clear. This was the point in my life when I was experimenting with drugs. So I was really getting into like hallucinogens. I would smoke weed. For the record, I do not do any drugs. I am sober as of today. Like I want to instill that in you. This is 6 years ago. I don't do any drugs. The most I'll do is drink some wine or some liquor, but I don't do any of this shit. I don't even smoke weed. So yeah. So yeah, back then I was really experimenting with acid. And I was telling, what did I even call this guy, Sammy? I was telling Sammy how I was experimenting and stuff, and he was just like,
oh, that sounds cool as fuck. You know, my older brother does stuff like that, well, did stuff like that, and my parents got really mad.
Because his parents are Jamaican, so his parents are like really fucking strict. And he would just always tell me about how strict his parents were and stuff like that, right? Y'all, oh my god, this is so cringy. So, so basically, I had told him, I was like, well, why don't you just hang out with me over the weekend? And he had a friend, and we're gonna call him Kevin, because he looks like fucking Kevin Hart. And Kevin got on my fucking nerves, and I just saw Kevin at the Publix. Like, when I just moved into my new apartment, I saw his ass, and I'm just like, Kevin was a mess. Kevin is low-key on the DL too, because he's gotten pretty drunk and has showed his true colors in front of me before, but this isn't Kevin's, this is not your tape. Sammy hung out with Kevin and Kevin hung out with Squeak. So I was like, well, hey, let's make it like a double date thing, because at the time Squeak and Kevin were kind of talking, I guess. Squeak is a Gemini just like me, so like we're very flirtatious and shit like that, but when we're in a relationship, we're very like stuck to it if it's serious. So me and her were very similar in the fact where we were just talking to people. So she was talking to Kevin at that point in time. I don't know if I like my hair like this. It's kind of dry now because all the time it took me to get my shit together. Yeah, back to the story, fuck my hair. I asked him, I was like, Sammy, is that cool? Like, would your parents let you hang out with me at my house or whatever? And like, we could all meet up and we could drop some acid, because that's just normal shit that people do, right?
Yeah, totally. I'll just tell my mom.
No, he was like, I'll tell
my brother to drop me off, blah, blah, blah.
He and Squeak were going to be at Squeak's house waiting for Kevin and Sammy to pull up, right? And we were just gonna chill, all of us together. They walked from randomly out of nowhere, and they walked up to Squeak's house, and we're like, wasn't someone supposed to drop them off? But that's gonna come up later in the story. So we're like, wasn't someone supposed to drop them off? And I was like, yeah, they definitely were, but shit, they're here. So the plan was that we were gonna drop some acid, go to the pool, chill out, see some colors, you know, have like a little experience or whatever fucking crazy kids do these days. This is the catch. We did not buy legit acid. We bought like some T25I, is that what it's called? Like some research chemical type shit. The ones that be having Scooby-Doo and SpongeBob and shit on them, and Alice in Wonderland and shit. And each of them had 1.5 hits, okay? Each on there. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a regular one hit thing, right? So I take 2. So my dumb ass took 3 hits of acid. So me and Squeak both took 2. Kevin and Sammy only took 1, because this is gonna be their first time ever doing it. And me and Squeak had probably done it like around like, maybe like 4 times at this point. So we're starting to get the beginning of a false acid trip, because when you take fake shit, you start to feel nasty and you start to feel dirty, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, when you have legit acid, there's none of that. It's just pure happiness. It's very mellow, very light. This shit was very intense. Like, I'm feeling like, this shit ain't cool, right? And like, me and Squeak were tripping really hard at the beginning. We didn't even leave her house. And I know you guys are wondering, like, where the fuck are Squeak's parents? Squeak's mom was like never home and just left her the apartment in the car, so we were there. And like, we couldn't even muster up the mental capacity to leave the house. And we're all standing outside of her apartment because we're trying to make our way to the pool. And all of a sudden, I'm looking around, and I know this is like, it's just a build-up. Trust me, this is necessary for part of the story. Like, I have to tell all of this shit. I know you guys weren't expecting like a little drug trip in this bitch, but it's happening. So out of nowhere, I'm looking around, and my reality gets so fucking distorted. Like, so distorted. I had never taken this much acid. Like, out of nowhere, have you seen that movie Coraline, where she tries to leave the house and then everything just turns into like a blueprint and all the lines start falling off and shit? That's what the fuck was happening to my reality. I'm looking at my friends and they're just falling apart and pixelating into white. Next thing you know, I feel like a hard bang on my head. And I'm on the floor, and she had a staircase. I banged my head on concrete steps, right? And all I hear is Sammy going, "I'm gonna call the nowhere, it was like I went, and I just thought of all the paraphernalia I had in my bag, the excuse I told my mom of what I was doing and where I was at. I thought about Squeak's mom and how she would be held accountable because we were at her fucking apartment. And just like that, I got up and I just yelled, "No cops!" And I ran into Squeak's apartment and I ran into her bedroom and I just like hid under the covers. I guess it was because I was embarrassed or something. I don't really know. So then Sammy comes into the room and, you know, he sits on the bed next to me, and Squeak and Kevin are trying to give us our space, right? And at this point, I'm still tripping, but I'm not tripping as hard. Like, that hit on the head kind of just like, you know, like, bitch, snap out of it, bitch, snap out of it. I was still tripping and seeing colors and all this weird shit, but like, I wasn't like mentally fucking breaking down. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, and mind you guys, don't do acid, dude. Like, that shit is so scary. Like, I don't see why anyone would want to do it. I know there are some people that do have positive experiences, but I'm just the type of person, I'm a control freak. I need to know what the fuck is going on. Like, that shit was not fun for me, okay? I'm not sobering up, but I'm coming down a little bit, and me and Sammy are just sitting on the bed, you know, and like, we're just talking, and you know, like, I'm like putting my hand on his thigh and I'm like, you know, trying to be all sweet and shit, and I could just tell like he was getting kind of uncomfortable. Like, I guess he just wasn't used to somebody being so forward, because I am a very forward bitch. Like, if I want you, you fucking know that I want you. That's why I don't really understand how like people in my past will always be like,
"Oh, I thought you were flirting with me, blah."
Nah, you're gonna fucking know if I'm flirting with your ass. Like, you're going to know. There's not gonna be any question of,
was she flirting with you?
You're gonna fucking know, bitch. I'm like putting my hand on his thigh, and like I'm just looking up at him and like, you know, giving him eye contact.
Are you feeling better?
I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling better now. Like, thinking like, you know, like, yeah, I'm coherent. Like, if you want to make a move, I'm coherent, bitch. Like, I am consenting to this action.
Okay, good.
And then he grabbed my hands and lifted me up and pulled me in the living room. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, nigga? Are you fucking kidding me? And at this time, I had only had like, oh my god, I don't even want to put myself out there, but like, I had only done it with a guy once at this time of my life. So I was like really, and I was single, so I was like, bruh, I'm just trying to, you know, because as a lot of girls, that first time is not good. So I was like, you know what, I'm trying to redeem myself, let's go. And he was just not trying to, he wasn't trying to slang nothing. I was like, well, damn, okay. We finally get it together and we walk to the pool. Mind you, the pool is a ways away. So like, we're all tripping. We acting like we in the fucking desert and we hitchhiking and shit. Like, we're like, oh, where's the fucking pool? We finally get to the pool, we hop the gate, and we get into the pool, and you know, we get into the hot tub, and we're smoking weed in the hot tub and shit. We're chilling. Kevin almost fucking drowned in the hot tub. Kevin almost drowned in the hot tub. Like, he had some Doritos in his hand and he walked to the center and was just like, oh shit, and just like fell into the fucking center of the hot tub. I'm like, nigga, how you drown in 3 feet? Like, but I'm calling him Kevin Hart for a reason. Bro is probably my height and I'm 5'2", but yeah. We're just in the hot tub and I'm noticing that Sammy's behavior is very anxious. Like, he is super anxious, and I'm like, what is wrong with him? So I'm asking him, and Squeak noticed it too, because Squeak is like, dude,
your energy is like really bouncing,
hippie shit.
Your energy is really bouncing onto me, and like, what's going on, dude? Your vibe is like off.
And I'm like, yeah, like, what's up? Like, we're all friends here, because you know, we're all bonding on some weird drug hallucination. We're like, yeah, we fuck with you, bro. Like, we're family, what's up? And he's just like,
I'm just nervous because I know my mom has to pick me up from the mall.
I'm like, from the mall?
She has to pick me up from the mall.
I'm like, I thought you told your mom you were gonna be with me.
Yeah, I told her I was gonna be with you, but just at the mall.
And me and Squeak just looked at each other. And Kevin was like, wait,
what's the problem? I mean, the mall's right there. We walked from the mall to your house. It's not gonna be that long.
And I'm like, when did your mom want to meet up with you?
Oh, I mean around 8 o'clock. That's when the mall closes.
I told him, I was like, you know this shit lasts 12 hours, right? And his whole face dropped. He started freaking out. He's like,
I'm gonna be like this for another like 6 hours. Are you serious? Blah, blah, blah. My mom is gonna kill me. That I can't be doing drugs. They don't even know I smoke weed like that for real. Like, they're gonna kill me. They're Jamaican. Do you know what the fuck they're gonna do to me?
And like all of this intense ass energy is just like going like this. And I'm like, stop, stop, chill out, chill the fuck out, chill out. And he got quiet. And I looked at my phone. I'm like, don't freak out. But it is 7:30.
Oh, I can't even go home right now. Like, I can't even go home.
So then Kevin's ass,
well, if you can't go home, you might as well stay the night over here.
Because we always crashed at Squeak's house. So he was like, you might as well stay the night over here and let your parents know you're staying the night at a friend's house. You know, that's that.
Oh, you don't understand. My parents are not like that. Like, they need to know the people's that I'm about to be staying at their house and blah, blah, blah.
And I'm just thinking in my head, like, damn, this dude was really putting on a front about what he was about. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. And like, me and Squeak looked at each other, and it's so weird how acid works. Like, because we almost had like this telepathic moment of like, it's so hard to explain. Like, it's so hard to put into words, like this moment that we had. But we kind of looked at each other and we're just like, this wasn't somebody that should be here. If that makes any sense. Like, we were just like, he shouldn't be here. Like, and we almost felt kind of guilty because he was just so naive to the whole situation, and we could just tell that he wanted to come off a certain way. But with a drug like that, you're like stripped of all your mask is basically pulled off. Like, you can't hide none of that all that flaw shit you be doing in the hallways in high school and all that shit. That shit comes right the fuck off. So he probably thought he would have had more control over the substance that we took, but his true self was showing. The whiny kid who's, oh my god, my mommy, blah, 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 I need to follow the rules type kid. So we were like, yeah, we kind of fucked up with this. Like, we shouldn't have exposed him to this. Like, we fucked up. I told him, I was like, look, call your mom. Tell her to pick you up from here tomorrow or whatever or whatever. Out of nowhere, this boy did a complete, he was like,
you know what? No.
And I'm looking at Squeak. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga doing, bitch? Like, what's going on? She's like, bitch,
I don't even fucking know, like, I'm scared.
And was like, yeah, no, you're right. No, fuck it.
And he's like, yeah.
Fuck it, because I'm having the best time ever. I'm with a beautiful girl. We're having a good time. I'm with my best friend. Fuck it. I want to have fun. They never let me have fun. I'm gonna have fun.
Kevin's like,
yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Let's have fun. We're about to turn up. Blah, blah, blah.
So I'm just like, me and Squeak just, shit, bitch, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. You about to keep turning up and having fun, right? So we're having fun and we're turning up. By the time it hits around like 8:15, 8:30, Sammy's phone starts blowing the fuck up. Starts blowing up. Like, Sammy's whole mood, and by this time we had left the pool and we're just like at Squeak's house chilling or whatever. We've come down a bit. And Sammy is just like,
oh my god, they're calling me, blah, 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 they're calling me.
And to be honest, y'all, I'm gonna get to that later. I'm gonna get to that later.
They keep calling me, they keep calling me, asking me where I'm at.
And then I'm not saying anything. I'm like, I don't got shit to do with this. This is your parents, you know how to deal with them. Tell them what you think, cause I'm fucked up too, and my mom is straight with me, bruh. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, my mom knows where I'm at. So Kevin's people, I guess, just don't give a fuck, cause Kevin was like, yeah,
I'm just about to crash here, bro. Like, what you about to do? Like, you're the only one that made up this elaborate ass, no, not even elaborate, a really half-ass lie of what you were gonna be doing today, and now you need to dig yourself out that hole.
He was just like,
I don't know, I'm just gonna keep ignoring it.
At this point, Squeak's mom got home, but we were all coming down. It was probably around like 9, 10 o'clock. We had all come down. Like, you know, we're still seeing little vibrations and stuff, but we're thinking coherently. We're talking normal. We're not looking at weird objects and all having the same opinion on it. Like, no weird shit's going on anymore. Kevin is in the living room asleep. Squeak's mom is in her bedroom. And Squeak's grandmother had her own bedroom and she was asleep in her own bedroom. And me and Squeak were sitting on the patio, and Sammy was sitting right next to me and we had like a blanket over us, right? And I'm trying to be all cutesy, you know, I'm touching on his thigh again. Cause like I told y'all, if I like you, I like you. And if I want you, I want you. And we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is motherfucking yours. So I'm showing him like, nigga, I want you. So I'm touching on his leg again. But he's kind of like scooting away still. And I'm just like, just my luck. Like, just my fucking luck. Like, man, all right. So I was like, you know what? I'ma just stop. Like, I'ma just stop. He obviously doesn't want to do anything. Because I know Squeak's mom, if it got real, Squeak's mom would have let me and him go in the room. Like, it is what it is. Like, she knows we're teenagers. That's what teenagers do. We're just sitting on the patio. Then all of a sudden, this car pulls up. And it's dark outside, y'all. This car pulls up. And I see Sammy's phone lit up. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Then the window rolls down. Mind you, I cannot see who is in the car. Not because I'm fucked up, but because it's dark. So they roll the window down. And I just hear somebody say,
Sammy Brown?
And Sammy was like,
Yeah?
y'all are not gonna guess what happened. Okay, you probably can because of the fucking title, and we're finally getting to the title, but now y'all see why this background was necessary. All I see is this tall ass dude come out the passenger side, and he's just like,
Get your fucking ass in this car.
and Sammy just hops up from the blanket. He's like, yeah.
Yes, I'm getting in the car. I'm so sorry. I'm getting in the car.
And as he's getting in the car, bruh just like pops him upside the head. Get
Get in the fucking car.
I'm like, is this your daddy? No, it was not his daddy. That was his older brother. It was his older brother who did all these fucking drugs and even got kicked out of their mama house and all this shit. But when his little brother doing it, it's a problem. But I feel you, because if my little brother was doing half the shit that I was doing when I was younger, I would have a problem too. So I feel where he's coming from. You ain't have to embarrass homie like that. Like, so I was like, damn. And then another thing that I thought about is I'm like, how did they know exactly where to pull up? I feel like once the drugs wore off, he felt that guilt and he was like, I need to tell them where I'm at. Like, I can't, I'm already in trouble. It's time to go home, right? So as his brother is hitting him in the head, he was like,
We went on your Twitter and we saw what the fuck y'all was doing and what y'all was planning to do. I know that y'all did those fucking drugs. Blah, blah, blah.
now this is when shit, cause me and Squeak are just watching. Squeak is giggling a little bit because, you know, that's just her. She over there giggling a little bit. She's like,
Damn, like, you know, whatever.
the girl in the driver's side gets out. And she gets out rowdy, okay? She gets out rowdy. She gets out the car and she was like,
Oh, so y'all little bitches wanna give my brother drugs?
the second we heard that female voice, me and Squeak tightened the fuck up, bitch. Cause we was like, oh, what's up? Like, we was, oh my God, we tightened the fuck up. We stopped laughing, stopped being all slouch. We was like,
Oh, so you wanna give my little brother drugs? If any of y'all ugly ass little bitches talk to my brother again, blah, 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 blah.
and mind you, we're sitting in like these lawn chairs, and then there's a grill right here, and then the sister is standing right there. She's still talking all this mess. So I stand up and I'm just like, cross the grill. Cross the grill. Cross the grill, bitch. Cross the grill. Squeak stands up. She's like, bitch,
Come forward, cross the grill, cross the grill.
like, so fucking ghetto. So she's still yelling. She's like,
Bitch, y'all are fucking children. I will tell y'all mama, blah, blah, blah. And
I was like, yes, I am a fucking child. So put your hands on me so I could press charges on your ass while I get the satisfaction of beating your ass. Cross the fucking grill. And she's still going on the other side of the grill. Then Squeak's mom comes out on the patio. Bitch, what's up? Why you in front of my house? Bitch, what's up? And I'm just looking back, cause I've never seen Squeak's mom on go like that. Like, Squeak's mom is a hood ass bitch, but I never seen her on go. So when Squeak's mom came out, bitch, what's up? Squeak is just sitting there,
yeah, bitch, what's up?
and I'm just sitting here like, alright, bitch, what's the fuck we about to do? Like, I thought we was about to end up jumping this girl. Like, I thought we was about to jump this girl, my dumb ass. Like, so then she was like,
You know what? Fuck this shit. Do not talk to him again. Don't talk to him again. Fuck all of y'all. Fuck all
in the car, speeds off into the fucking cul-de-sac, hits that reverse real slow, and then tries to like get, you know, like, bitch, you look stupid as fuck. Like, you look so fucking stupid. Oh, like, and then once they sped off, Squeak's mom was like, shit, I thought I was gonna have to get the burner on that bitch. Like, I was about to shoot the fuck out her ass. Like, you ain't about to come up to my house yelling and shit. Like, the fuck? Shit, I was about to go and get grandma. We was all about to jump this bitch. And I'm like, yes, bitch, like, what do you want? Like, so, and it sucks though, because me and Squeak did fall out, but like, her mom was dope as fuck. Like, I really genuinely liked her mom. You know, all that happened. Kevin slept through the whole thing. Kevin went home in the morning, whatever. So me and Squeak woke up the next day, and she was just like,
shit, what are you gonna do about that?
Because at this time, I had told him that we were boyfriend and girlfriend, you know, because like, back then, he was just the type of guy where he was just very sensitive, and if I were to tell him like, oh, we don't have no label and shit, like, he wouldn't have given me the time of day, because he's just that type of guy. Like, he's like, you are my girlfriend. He wanted to hold my hand, you know, take fucking couple pictures together and weird shit, trying to be like weird social media goals. Like, I'm never, until this day, I'm just not into that type of shit. So like, I just knew that if I would have just come into it like, yeah, like, I just want to be baes and shit, like, he probably would have been like, no, I'm looking for a relationship type shit. So Squeak knew that. So Squeak was like, well, what the fuck are you gonna tell him? Like, and I told her, I was like, I'm about to break up with this nigga. Like, what you mean? Like, no. Like, cause even if I was gonna get serious with him, like, family is so important to me. Like, it's so important to me that I could not be in a relationship with somebody, a serious relationship with somebody, if you don't fuck with my family or if I don't fuck with your family. If I cannot picture both of our families sitting in the aisles together while we're getting married, I can't be with you, fam. I can't be with you. So I was like, well, bitch, what you mean? I'm about to cut it off. So the first thing I did when I woke up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next fucking day is I hit him up on Twitter, the same spot where his parents went through all of our DMs and found out that we were dropping acid and shit. And I texted him and I DM'd him and I was like, hey, like, we can't do this no more. I can't be with you.
No, I mean, we can still work it out, blah, 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 blah.
And I told him exactly what I told y'all. Like, if our families, I can't do it. I fucked it up with your fam. Like, it's not gonna work. Your sister almost got her ass beat. No, it's not gonna work. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I really want to make this work. I really make this work, blah, blah, blah.
And then I even brought it up, like, and then I was making moves on you multiple times. And people were giving us privacy multiple times. And you just... And at that point, we had been together for, like, 2 weeks. And, like, I don't know. It was just really weird. Like, even kissing him was really weird. Like, it was just weird as fuck. Like, very weird. Just very fucking weird. So... yeah, I broke it off. He was acting really weird again about the whole thing. Even when we went back to school, he was acting real bitter towards me, like,
oh yeah, that bitch, blah, 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 right?
But I'm still hanging out with your bestie, even though your bestie was trash too. Kevin's trash. I'm sorry, Kevin. If you're watching this, it's not personal. You're just trash, because when I got my first tattoo, you just decided to go ahead and slap it. But that's a whole different beef. But yeah, that is the time where my ex's sister tried to pull up and almost got her ass jumped. Like, who? Like, what the fuck? Moral of the story is, kids, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. If you like this video, again, give it a thumbs up. If you want more crazy ass story times from me, go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And yeah, I'm out. Bye.